Alright guys, so here's the deal. I'm not the one who diagnosed this, and this gentleman actually took his starter out himself and had this one waiting for me. So this one's kind of a pain in the butt. This one just has the top bolt that is almost impossible to get to. The only thing that's a little bit tricky, you see this other ground wire here? So if you didn't pay attention to when you replaced it or took it off, which guys, I'm not even the one who freaking took this off. The customer's the one who took this off. It was just, there was nothing here when I got here, so I didn't even diagnose it either. But anyways, so this wire, or this negative here, it's going to go on this stud, see? So this will obviously get bolted into the to the starter, and then, you know, a little nut will just, this will slide onto it, and the little nut will just go onto this. Alright guys, so here's the deal. If his diagnosis was correct, then this should start the vehicle. So let's see. Alright, key in.
Struck down a federal.
Let's see. Literally nothing. So it wasn't a starter. Oh, like I said, I just y'all. Even though I did the job, and obviously I'm still gonna get paid for the replacement, here's the deal. I can't just leave the guy like that. So I'm gonna at least do my own diagnosis on it and see what the hell's the problem. Sheesh. We'll start with the power probe. Go ahead and make sure that there's power, and then we'll just go ahead and probe that starter and see what it does. Well guys, I figured out the freaking problem, and take a look at this. All right, this is a little bit hard to see. This is our signal wire right here. So when we put power to it, see, it cranks, but when you turn the key, absolutely nothing. All right, so I just notified the customer, and he did tell me that he has 2 different key fobs. So here's the deal. He just went to go get the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to crank it with the other one and see if that changes anything.
Wondering also.
That's
the other one. What's that?
All right guys, so here's a funny ending to that whole scenario. So once I was done, I was like, man, why did you have to get a second key in the first place? And he said, well, about a month ago, it started to get hard to start. You had to wiggle the key inside the ignition to get it to start. And I was like, so you went and got another key? I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking like that's gonna be the solution to that. It's hard to start it, you have to wiggle it all around. So go get another one of those. And he was like, yeah, I went and got another key. And I was like, well, did that fix the problem? And he's like, no, it was still hard to start. You still had to wiggle the key a bit. And then it went out, and then you decided to buy a starter? And he said, yeah. And I was like, okay, man. Well, you need to get that ignition checked. We need to look at that ignition, my man.